Won't look down, got no regrets. I was made for this. I was made for this. Born in the wild, formed in the fire, built for the battle. Oh, I was made for this. I was made for this. A mind over matter, silence the doubters. I had the power. Oh, I was made for this.
There we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Common Sense with Chief Culp. Hope you guys can hear me okay. Let me go to the chat comments. There we go. I see comments coming up. Hopefully everybody can hear me. Thanks for joining me on this Tuesday, May 11th, 2021. Tonight I'm going to talk about the pinch on the middle class that is happening right now. In fact, no, I'd probably call it more of a punch, right? That's happening in our economy in the United States with the rising prices, all the things that are affecting us all over with the high prices and with the worker shortage that is affecting many of our small businesses that are struggling, right, already from the shutdowns. So what's causing these things and why? I'm going to talk about that tonight. I've also got a very special guest near and dear to me that has stopped by here tonight live to say hi. This person has been with me and I've been with her through thick and thin. And she has a sincere message to share with you guys. And we were going to do this at the end of the show, but we're going to do it right now at the beginning. So I would like to welcome my guest, my wife, Barb Culp, to the show. Come on in here, Barb. I'll try not to lose my microphone.
Hey, hi.
So, yeah, say hi to everybody out there.
Hi, everybody. I just wanted to say thank you for all the sincere prayers, and everything's going great. I appreciate it. But I just wanted to say thank you. Bye.
And I lost my headset. That's awesome. Thank you, Barb. All right. So, I remember the first time that I was on camera or I had to speak in front of a group. I hated speaking publicly, you know, but so thank you, Barb.
Yeah, no problem.
Appreciate that. So Barb's been through a lot, but your prayers have been answered and are helping out a lot, you guys. So appreciate that. Let's see. I've got a couple things to talk about tonight. Hit on those. I've also got a video that I'm going to share with you here in a second, and hopefully that technology works. As you guys know, I'm the producer, the sound guy, the lighting guy. How's the lighting? Lighting's good. Sounds good. So it's a little intimidating to run this program and throw in a video too. This is the first time doing that. So hopefully that works out. So first of all, I'm going to lead off with a topic that never came up during the 2020 campaign for governor. And that's the Columbia Basin Project. Never had a question about it or a comment about it or anything when I was running for governor. But I was asked about this last weekend when I was in Moses Lake. I see you guys' comments. That's awesome. So when I was in Moses Lake, that's the last weekend. And have you ever asked a question to a candidate or a public servant and they give you an answer that you know is straight up BS, right? Most politicians, and we'll make this clean, but most politicians sound like a manure salesman with a mouthful of samples. So that's not surprising, right? And I don't operate like that. If I don't have a straight answer for something, I'm not afraid to say so. So something to keep in mind that nobody knows what you think they know. Nobody knows what you think they know. Not your banker, not your teacher, not your financial advisor, not your friends, and certainly not politicians, even though they want you to think that they know everything. So when I get asked a question that I've never been asked before, I'm not going to start spewing BS. I'm going to research it and give an answer later about how I feel about it, because I will always be honest with all of you. So that question had to relate to the Columbia Basin Project, which provides water to our farmers, water that wouldn't be available if it wasn't for our dams. You know, the dams like Grand Coulee and others, they create a huge supply of water, you know, not just for irrigating crops, but for drinking, for recreation. And that huge supply of water is sent out to, you know, otherwise dry, arid land. And it helps to turn our state into an agricultural powerhouse, especially in central Washington. Without this project that was started with the construction of Grand Coulee Dam in the 30s and 40s, Washington would not be feeding the people of this country and the world like it does today. You know, this area, it was always fertile soil, but without the water, it was good for little more than growing sagebrush. And food security and the powers that these dams provide is part of our national security and interstate commerce. And both are given to the federal government in the US Constitution as a power for the federal government. And I fully support the Columbia Basin Project and our farmers on either north or south in central Washington and all over Washington in the United States. But my support for farming is why I was endorsed by the agricultural community during my run for governor. My views on farmers and their needs haven't changed at all. We have to do all that we can to ensure farming and farmers are protected, especially from the radical environmentalists and political appointees who want to tear down our dams and shut down our family farms. I will never turn my back on our farmers. Okay, so let's talk a few minutes about our economy as a whole. Have you noticed prices going up lately? I know I have. Price of gas, food, lumber. You know, I used to be in the building trades. I was a contractor for over 20 years. And lumber is skyrocketing, you know, and what does that do? When lumber prices skyrocket, what does that do? It causes people to pay more money, obviously, right? That goes without saying, for lumber. And with the rising cost of lumber goes the rising cost of homes. That prices a lot of people out of the home buyer market. So, I mean, gas is up, what, $1 or so, maybe more from just a few months ago, and lumber is up 300%. Why is that? Well, our government tells us that inflation is in single digits. If you look at the consumer price index, that's what they tell us. But the problem with that number is that the government usually only tells us part of the tale. The number they usually put out doesn't include energy, you know, gas and oil and food or lumber. If you dig deeper, you find out the real answers on the real inflation. But what's the reason for this inflation to begin with, right? Part of it's because of Biden's policy on energy, you know, shutting down the Keystone Pipeline, putting all those people out of work and moving us towards wind and solar. That's government picking winners and losers. Another reason is we have a government that is involved in everything in our economy and everything in our lives. With Biden's policies, we're going to see the price we pay for everything continue to go up. The politicians on the left tell us we only need more government spending to save the economy. And they ratchet up the printing press and spend money. Like, and no offense to drunken sailors, but they spend money like a drunken sailor. The cause of inflation is more money in circulation. More money in circulation. I'm going to take a sip of my Freedom Juice because my mouth is getting a little bit dry. By the way, don't forget, check out MinutemenCoffee.com, the sponsor of this show. So they spend money like a drunken sailor, right? When you put more money into circulation, that causes prices to go up. Imagine playing Monopoly, right? With with the amount of money that comes in the Monopoly game, you're playing that game. Well, when I was a kid, we played Monopoly a lot. And a lot of times we'd have more than one game, and we'd take money from another game, put it into the original game we're playing, and play with twice the amount of money. Well, the price of everything went up, right? Because everybody knew that there was more money. So as of, when was it? As of March of last year, there was about $4 trillion in circulation. That seems like a lot. $4 trillion in circulation. But today, just a year later, there's about $19 trillion in circulation. This is what causes inflation. This is a hidden tax, inflation, on me and you, on the goods that we pay. It costs more. So that's a hidden tax. In a free market economy, prices would rely on the principle of supply and demand. But in an economy run by socialist politicians in the Federal Reserve, which, by the way, isn't federal and has no reserves, prices continue to rise because they're printing money out of thin air, backed by nothing. By nothing. Our founders wrote in the Constitution that our money would be backed by gold and silver. They didn't say that it could be printed willy-nilly by a central bank. It isn't printed based on the amount of gold and silver anymore. Our money just appears, and its value vaporizes as more and more of it's printed. Government spending more money isn't helping us. It's hurting us with rising prices. With the federal government incentive of unemployment benefits being expanded, more and more people are not returning to work, even as more and more of the businesses are allowed by our blue state dictators to go back to work. Why go back to work when you can pay your bills with a government check? Why? This is how you continue to ruin the US economy. Pay people to stay home. This is how you eliminate the middle class. Now, keep in mind that in socialist countries, you don't have a middle class. You only have the rich, politically connected, and you have the poor. Is this being done on purpose? It doesn't really take a genius to answer that question, right? Now, Biden said, first he said that unemployment money wasn't keeping people from going back to work. Then he later said that if you don't take a job offer, you could lose your unemployment benefits. So which is it? He seems confused. Biden has no clue what he's doing. And here's an example. Now I'm going to attempt for the first time since I've been running this show to play a video, share the screen and play a video. This is a video that Dinesh D'Souza posted on his YouTube channel. So hopefully I don't mess this up. Please stand by. Hopefully you can hear it too. Okay, hopefully that worked, right? Does that make any sense to you? He's a puppet. Let's just say it, right? He's a puppet. Our government needs to stop tinkering with our economy, and Congress needs to take back its constitutional control, which is constitutional authority of our money supply, and instead of having it under the control of a central bank, who are only enriching themselves while ruining our economy with an out of control inflation rate caused by worthless paper money. So those are my thoughts. You can find what I was talking about that's constitutional. You can look it right up in the Constitution. something that I carry with me everywhere I go. If you don't have one, get one. You can look it up on the internet as well. So that's my show for today. I could probably go through and see if we have any questions. I know there's a lot of comments. I saw them scrolling by here by 100 miles an hour. I think I need to get a producer or an assistant in here to go through all these comments and pull out questions, right? Because I spent a lot of time on the last show just trying to find a question. So glad everybody can hear me loud and clear. I am going to be, just to let you know, on the west side. I'm looking down here at the computer trying to find some questions, but I'm going to be on the west side, not this weekend, but next weekend. I'm going to be in Snohomish County and I believe Skagit County as well. So stay tuned to this channel for an update on that. Let's see. Questions. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Lots of comments about Barb, saying hi to Barb. Yeah, she's scared to death. I thank God that, she agreed to come on the show just to say hi. I remember how scared I was the first time that I was even a guest on a live. It scared the crud out of me. But as you can tell, it's gotten easier after doing it for a long time. Can't find you on YouTube. Okay, search YouTube for, this was Aaron. You can search YouTube for Chief Lauren Culp. That's my channel on YouTube. And if everybody would go there and subscribe, Chief Lauren Culp, then and click the bell, you'll get notifications come to your phone when I go live. So let's see. Thanks for speaking the truth. You bet. Let's see. We need real leadership like Culp. Washington State is in a fast fireball of destruction under Inslee. That is an understatement. All right. Looking for a question. So remember, not this weekend, next weekend. Look for some events coming up. I'm going to be in Snohomish and I believe Skagit County. Not this weekend, but next weekend. Looking for a question. Let's see. Let's see what this one, I read part of it. There's not a real fuel shortage. When Trump took office, we had years and years worth of drums stored, holding back, send prices through the roof. Yeah, not only that, but Biden stomped on the Keystone Pipeline, put, thousands of people, good paying jobs, out of work with the stroke of a pen. So that causes fuel prices to go up as well. And we're once again dependent on foreign oil. President Trump, we were oil independent, energy independent. That's huge for national security. Okay. Well, I guess that's about it, you guys. It's 7:19, about 20 minutes. I appreciate you guys. And remember, every Tuesday night, 7 o'clock, share this with your friends, please. And be sure to go to my YouTube channel, Chief Lauren Culp. And if you need some patriotic swag, like Freedom Juice cups, be sure to check out my store at chiefculp.com. I had to think about that for a second. chiefculp.com. I appreciate you guys' support. And I will see you next time. I will be probably doing, hold on a second. Book tour at Snohomish Courthouse and Mission Motors in Stanwood on May 22nd and in Monroe on the 23rd. So there you go. Thank you, Shannon Halls. I appreciate that. Be sure to check that out. We'll probably be putting the exact locations on our Facebook page sometime before they happen. All right, you guys, have a great night. And remember, keep the warrior mentality, right? We're not victims. We're Americans, and we stand up for our rights. Thank you very much. God bless America, and God bless you. Good night, you guys.